Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from National File. Now this is by Jack Hadfield. It was published on March 5th. Look at the title here. Breaking. Gab's Torba looking into buying our own bank after fourth bank ban in 4 weeks. Yeah. So they're getting targeted. And these idiots on the left that are targeting them don't realize they are kind of sort of creating the situation where they're building parallel infrastructure. Dr. Steve Turley, I think that's his first name. He talks about the idea of parallel infrastructure and stuff like that. And he's right. This is what they're leading this to. They're causing parallel infrastructure to be created, parallel sites, things like that. The left is creating this with their cancel culture, cultural Marxist, identity politics bullshit. Okay, look at the lead-in. The new tech site has been repeatedly smeared by the media, and that's true. And that's a good lead-in for this, okay? Anyway, Gab has now been banned from 4 banks in as many weeks, with CEO Andrew Torba stating that the company is seriously considering buying our own bank. That's probably a good thing. All right, this is why I wanted to cover this, because this needs to get more attention. This goes to show that the left can push you and keep pushing you, but you need to actually do something to counter them. And this would be a good way to counter them, because he can open this bank up and make it so that all these people who are being targeted have a place to go. And that's a good thing. All right. He is making it so he can be a credit card processor. He's making it so that he can be an actual lending institution. He's creating a completely parallel banking system for those that they're trying to cancel. Anyway, last month, Gab CEO Andrew Torba revealed that the new tech site, it's not that new at this point, they've been around for a few years, but okay, had been banned from 3 different banks in the space of 3 weeks. On Friday, in a statement posted online, Torba confirmed that yet another bank had banned the site from its service. It's getting to the point where we are seriously considering buying our own bank, Torba said. Funny how this started happening right when Biden got into office, he added, which, yeah, this, I did a video, what was it, last week, okay, about I think it was last week, or was it the week before? No, it was last week, I believe. It might actually be the week before. You can look back, it's like 6 or 8 videos, it's within the last 6 or 10 videos I've done, maybe 12. But it's from last week or the week before, where Operation Choke Point, what Obama started, all right, which having the banks target people, okay, is nothing compared to what Biden has in store, because he's planning on bringing an Operation Choke Point on steroids. Now, this was the effect of public pressure from the leftist retard squad, okay? But don't you think with the whole Operation Choke Point on steroids, it's going to get much worse? Of course it is. So he's actually being smart, because those federal agencies putting pressure on his bank, he can just go piss off. What are they going to do? They're going to go in, they're going to probably raid it illegally, make false claims or anything else, and he'll almost definitely win on the merits, unless they put him in front of a corrupt judge, like with how shady they are. But this is the only way to fight back. And Operation Choke Point, if he does this, they're going to try to use that to go after him if he doesn't stop dealing with certain people that they don't like. You don't think that Torba's bank is going to be dealing with all those industries they don't like the firearms industry, all tech sites coming in to compete against Silicon Valley? You don't think where he's, minus his puritanical bullshit about porn supposedly not being free speech, you don't think, as the freedom-loving individual that he is, beyond that porn shit, because I figured 2 consenting adults, they can do what they want in a video, and a consenting adult can decide whether or not to watch it. But beyond that puritanical bullshit, he's a very freedom-loving individual. You don't think he's going to deal with all those businesses that the Biden administration is going to try to have Operation Choke Point on steroids go after and shut down? Of course he will. That's why this is a good thing. Anyway, this is the type of shit that we're just seeing the beginning of, people. Basically, be prepared, because, yeah, we're only at the beginning of this. As National File reported, one of the banks had expressly confirmed that they could no longer do business with the new tech site because of all the bad things the press had written about Gab, which was complete bullshit, mind you, with media reports claiming that the site is an alt-right social media network, a haven for extremists, and even suggesting that the site leads to violence. And what gets me is all these banks that have decided not to do business with Gab should be publicly exposed, because I know I don't want to do any business with them. I know that I don't want to go anywhere near their services. I know that I don't want to do any exchanges with them, financial exchanges. I don't want anything to do with them. So these banks should be, because like people are going after Gab. Well, these banks should have the same type of mentality put against them, but on the note of like buying power, not the fact of cancel culture, but on the note of, well, people should be informed so that they can make an informed decision on whether or not they want to partake in a company's services. This is the same exact type of situation here. It really is. But, you got to love that. It's an alt-right social media network, a haven for extremists, and even suggesting that the site leads to violence. That's complete horseshit. It's all made up. You look at when people do their shootings, do they stream it on Gab? No, they stream it on Facebook. But you don't see them saying Facebook is a place where it leads to violence or anything like that. You don't look at the fact of how Antifa organizes on Twitter, has organized on Twitter, okay, and committed violence. It's Gab. Okay. Anyway, Gab follows the law and operates a legal business in the United States, Torba told the National File. We sell hats, shirts, and software licenses to our Gab Pro service, which I got to give him credit the way that he does that. He's selling you a license for Gab Pro. It's actually not a bad idea. Instead of just you paying like subscription model or whatever, you actually get something somewhat tangible. It's not physically tangible, but it's tangible. You know what I mean. We have a community that respects law and order. Yeah, we have banks and other services banning us left and right. Yeah, this is about cancel culture. This is about the fact of they can't have people being able to speak freely and going against the bullshit that they're pushing. That's what this is about. Torba encouraged anyone who believes in free speech to seek out Christian banks and local credit unions and to stop doing business with the banks that do not share or support American values. He argued that it won't be long before churches, businesses, and individuals refuse the woke orthodoxy of critical theory that has consumed every corner of our culture. It won't be long before churches, businesses, and individuals who refuse the woke orthodoxy of critical theory that has consumed every corner of our culture will also be refused service by banks. It's already kind of going on. And the thing is, these banks should be looking at the fact that they're in business to make money. Aren't these because he's talking about these big corporate banks, I would assume, who also, because of deregulation, own things like hedge firms that try to say short. I'm not saying specifically these banks that Canned Gab did, but traditionally these are banks that own hedge funds. Okay, you're telling me when you've got hedge funds that they could or possibly maybe not own, if they do, and they're doing the shit that happened with GameStonk. Okay, you're telling me that they're not in it to make money? They literally colluded with other members of like the brokerage class. All right. And screwed the little guy over. So you would think these banks, they want to make money. They would just shut up and take people's money. These are the same banks that have all been busted. I'm not saying these particular ones have, but like Wells Fargo, I think Capital One too, but Wells Fargo definitely, but several banks like have been caught laundering cartel money. Hell, Wells Fargo had a window specifically for the drug cartel. These are people that will deal with murdering drug dealers, but they got a problem with Andrew Torba and Gab. Go figure. Anyway, we must proactively cancel them all before they cancel us, Torba concluded. The banks are not the first financial service to have rejected and canceled Gab. In 2018, PayPal terminated their relationship with the free speech social network. Yeah. That happened. I remember when that happened. To me, that's a little bit shady, but hey, whatever. When you technically have PayPal in Silicon Valley stopping another company from being able to conduct business, but whatever. But yeah, this would be a good thing. This really would be a good thing. And I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying it. If Torba can go and get a bank, and he can actually leverage the power of that bank, it would be a way to fight back. He would be able to expand that bank dramatically, because you know, with the whole thing that's going on with stopping people from being able to do commerce, have bank accounts and everything else because of the cancel culture and the left and all that other bullshit, the cultural Marxist bullshit that they believe in, this would be a big blow to it. Just one independent bank where anyone can go that wants to conduct commerce, legal commerce. I got no, that's how it should be. There should be a place where you can just conduct your business, put your money in the bank, and it shouldn't be an issue. But if they're going to make it an issue, you need a place like this. And I think this would be a good step if he actually manages to pull it off towards securing people from cancel culture. Content creators, just people who they want to, in general, beyond that, like say the wrong thinkers in that. It'd be a place for them to be able to go and have things like a Visa check card and a checking account and be able to get loans and stuff like that and be able to operate with the parallel economy, with the parallel system, and make themselves a lot less vulnerable to the left's bullshit. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. So yeah, I'm going to leave things here.
If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.